Hey, what is up, you guys? It's me again, Calvin John, and today I'm back. I'm back with a different kind of video. It's a custom model kit as opposed to an action figure. Yes, it's my custom high-grade seravee 2 Gundam from the Gundam 00 Awakening of the Trailblazer. This is a model kit that Bandai refused to do back in 2010, I believe. This is the Raphael Gundam, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody who knows Gundam knows that he has the backpack on, which transforms into this guy, the seravee 2. Unfortunately, Bandai didn't give us seravee 2 at all, as of the date that this video is posted. So I decided, why not just make one? And if they do make this one finally, which very unlikely, then good for them. I have my own. So yeah, this is the final output. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's not perfect, but I think for my very first scratch build on a model kit, I think it turned out decent. Anyway, there's a lot of talk about this kit, so I want to start with the head down. Now for the head, it's just the seravee 2 head originally with the seravee 1's face. In order for you to make this kit, you're gonna have to sacrifice a normal seravee and the backpack of the Raphael Gundam. That's it. You don't need more kits. I tried to use as few kits as possible so that everyone who watches this video who wants to do this could easily make their own. So as you can see, they provided you the head, the V-fin and all, but the face is just one piece. The white is not separated into the red, so instead of using the original face, I used the seravee's face to make painting easier. So that's it, just paint it up, mix both parts together, and you have that. Now for the shoulders, originally I was gonna use this, which is the part that's supposed to be shoulder in the seravee 2. It's a little bit bulkier, a little bit boxier than the normal. I tried what I wanted to do is shave off this shoulder and slide this, and it worked initially, but doing it again for the second time, I horribly shaved a lot of plastic that the joint inside got ruined, so I had to do over. So fortunately I have extra armor, shoulder armor to spare, so I just leave it as is and just use this part here because that's unique to the seravee 2. I just use that and leave the shoulders as it is. The hands, the shoulders down into the hands is just the normal seravee. So that's about it. Now the torso, it's the normal seravee 2 combined with the seravee lower torso. It's just, I just cut it off right here and just put a polycap there. There's a peg in the lower torso that connects into the upper torso, and it just connects via peg with the polycap ball joint. The this part here, the core of the crotch area, it's the normal seravee Gundam. I just put this crotch piece with the front part of the skirt armor. It's this piece here. I'm just gonna show you right there. It's that part there, and then this guy is the side skirt. I just cut it in here with a hobby knife or a saw to make the side skirt. And it just, the way I attached it, it's very simple. I shaved down the ball joint, and then there's like a slot in here that it easily plugs into. Gives you some movement too. So that's very simple. The back skirt, I just glued it on from the cavity. This is the Raphael Gundam, seravee 2's side skirt attached to the crotch area of the normal seravee. Now I want to go back into the torso because I skipped this part. The shoulder that connects into the torso, it's on a ball joint. Now, originally the torso here has a peg joint. I just cut it off, hollowed down the area which the arm connects into. Put a poly cap in there, and then cemented it. Put some putty and essentially affixed the socket so that I could have this ball jointed shoulder. So that's the upper body done. Now the lower part of the body is much more complicated. Well, not complicated, but tricky. For the legs, I'm just gonna turn it around. From the hips up to this point here, it's the seravee. The lower part is actually this part here. If you have the seravee 2 backpack, you'll notice this part here has like a peg joint here that connects this lower part originally to. I just cut it off, affixed it into this joint here, the lower joint, so I could still have this joint here and have the peg, so I can still remove this lower leg, which transforms into the claw. I really wanted this to be removable so that I can pose it, without the legs and remotely control this. You could still do the claw thing. I will just focus on the build first. Anyway, so you see the peg there. I'm cemented it, putty, and there you go. Now this part actually is plain and simple. It's just the normal claw, just configured to this shape here. No modifications are required. So it looks pretty simple, but actually figuring out how to fix this into the upper leg with it still being removable is kind of tricky on my part. So that's why I said it was a little bit hassle, a little bit trickier than the upper body. Now, as you can see, the GN drives there, I painted those. But anyway, let's just focus on the build first. That's essentially what I did with the main mobile suit. Now, it has the weapons, of course. It has these 2 gigantic rifles, or bazooka. It's the original bazooka from the seravee 2. As you can see, there's a lot of imperfection, but we'll just ignore that for now. I'm gonna show you the normal seravee rifle. It's right here. It's smaller, and originally I just wanted to repaint this and give him the normal rifle, but it looks so dinky compared to this. It doesn't look like an upgrade. Well, this is not technically an upgrade in the canon and the movie, but I just really wanted it to be something different. So what I did is I hollowed out all the parts, and just this barrel here, this is the barrel of the rifle from the Raphael seravee 2. I affixed it on top of this part here, as you can see. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I affixed it on top of this part here because this is much more wider and longer, and this part here is actually removable. Excuse me. Anyway, sorry about that. This part here is actually this part. I just shaved the plastic off the sides and the top, cut it in half, and put it inside this bulkier piece here. Now you can plug it in there. Now this hinge joint here, actually this is from Seraphim. It's the foot joint, so technically you need 2 kits to build this, but it's just a simple hinge joint. You could use literally anything from the original seravee. Probably there's got to be something there that you could use, but if the seravee that I got is the Trans Am, so automatically it comes with a Seraphim. So if you get that particular kit, you essentially are just using 1 kit. So anyway, it's the foot joint so that you can move this down in order for you to access the handle. So That's actually the biggest challenge in the build, is this rifle here, more than the mobile suit itself. It's just cutting these pieces off. It's so hard to do. It's just, I'm so glad I had a Dremel in order for me to finish this, because I started this guy way back, even before the pandemic even started. So I just finished it probably yesterday or the other day. So yeah. Granted, I put him into the backlog for a long time, so I just gotten back and just did him. So anyway, so yeah, that's the rifle. I hope that makes sense. That all makes sense. Now for painting, it's just spray everything with black, and then I just hand painted some parts here, like the red on the V-fin. This is not hand painted, obviously. This is spray painted. But this gold here is actually really nice. It's a Tamiya acrylic Titan Gold, I believe. That's the name of the paint that I use. It's really nice looking, especially on the black. It really brings the details out, especially these 4 dots here. I really like it. I used it here in the thruster too. Some metallic green here, condenser, and of course white and metallic green on the GN drive. It says in the bio that he's using fake drives, which means that this should be orange or red, but I just went with green. It's a lot more prettier. Plus, I don't really care if it's not 100% accurate. Anyway, that's about it. Let me just put the weapons. Putting the weapons in it's a little hard. You just wanna grab this in like that, and probably, yeah, there you go. Let me just, oh, sorry. Honestly, it's really nice for Bandai to give us a backpack that's easily modifiable into the seravee 2. I think they really didn't plan to give us a high grade. Of course, now that I said that, in about probably 2 to 3 days, they'd come up with the surprise that it's a P Bandai, and then, you know, things like that. Whenever you do a custom job for yourself, the day after that, Bandai releases the exact same model. Anyway, yeah, that's the seravee 2, essentially. Very simple to do. Should I do the articulation? Yeah, yeah. The head's on a ball joint, but being it's a custom, it's not that really good if you move it around too much. It can rotate, but the paint kind of prevents it. And it does have rotation here. Normal joints here at the arms can go outwards that far. Rotate 160 degrees. The bend is the same as the seravee because it's literally the same arm as the seravee. The front skirts is actually ball jointed, so you can separate them. Legs can go forwards, can go out, can go in and out. I actually modified the hips so that he can do the full splits, but just this thing here prevents it from doing so. Now the knees, I tried my best to give him a deep bend, and I think I did a good job. So yeah, unfortunately the ankles, they are limited because actually there are no ankles. There's no side to side. It's just the normal claw articulation of the seravee 2. I didn't do any modifications in the claws itself. So yeah, now I want to do some size comparison. Here he is with its predecessor, the normal seravee Gundam. As you can see, he's a lot taller actually. Now I also added some bonus because I think it will look cool. You can take this seraphim here. I don't have the seraphim. This is just a non-transformable backpack, and I put a polycap into his back right there, so that he can accommodate the seraphim, just like that. And I think that looks cool. That looks cool to me. I like that. Let me just, there. See? I think it completes the look, honestly. But it's not yours to keep, so I'm just gonna take it off again. You can even put the cannons and put it in the back. And another seravee. The seravee, well, I don't know what's the actual name. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. But it's essentially the seravee from Build Divers. It's a lot taller, obviously, because I keep him displayed like this. I think it looks cool. It's actually one of the only model kits from the Build Divers that I have. I think it's the only kit that I have from that line. Anyway, that's him. And here is the Raphael Gundam. I'm sorry about the dogs barking, but there's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, he's almost as tall as he is. You can adjust the legs probably to... Right now he's actually taller, I guess, or maybe the same. Anyway, this is a very tall Gundam, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually taller than this guy. But yeah, probably I have the legs arranged in a way that it's, you know, he's taller. Oh, actually, I also have a modification here in Raphael. I can now extend the torso, give him a very deep ab crunch, and just put it back. It's very easy. It's just replacing this peg here with the longer peg. I just cut it off a runner, and then I hollowed this part here. So, yep, there you go. So, I want to show him with one of his comrades in the movie, Zabania. Again, taller. And how about what do you call this? Double Quanta, real grade. So yeah, he's the tallest of all. And you know what? I'm very, very happy in how this guy turned out. I know it's quite a lengthy video, but you know what? He deserves it, because I really love how this turned out. It's a really, really cool custom, and just for me to have this finally, it's so cool, you know. Yeah. So yeah. That's about it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I love reading comments. I appreciate you guys liking my Batman custom lately. It's been doing really good. I don't really intend to be like a big YouTuber. I just wanted to compile the customs that I do, and I enjoy these things, you know. I just wanted to share it to you guys. I know if I can do it, you could probably do it too. And if you have any questions about customizing, you can just talk to me in the comments section below. Just, you know, be nice to others too. So that's about it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find this informative, and I'll see you on the next custom. Bye.